Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo and Tea from ShoutBAM. How are you guys?
Ooh, hi guys.
Hello guys, what's up?
We're feeling really good. Yeah, excited.
Good. And you've just dropped one of the best packs this year, the Slayout lettering pack. It's so cool, guys. I know you've been working on this for like 5-6 months, I think.
Yeah, I think we started back in April.
Yeah.
Wow, even longer.
It was taking us a while to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, we started in Spain in lockdown, and then we came to Croatia. We finally finished it. Super excited about it.
Yeah, can't wait to show that off later. But today, you're going to be teaching everything lettering layouts. Without further ado, do you want to share your screen? And let's jump straight into today's demo.
All right. So today we're going to do this piece. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. You know, from this song. Where's the song from?
And it's an old song. We saw it in the movie.
Yourself, it's later than you think, right? Something like that.
Oh, you got a singing session too.
Yeah. Everything at once. So yeah, we're gonna like really not go into a lot of detail, but we're gonna go from the sketching part, and then we're gonna guide you through a couple of things. How to in the kick and in this layout we've introduced some of these lines that I'm going to show you now. Those lines. So basically, those lines have been studied perfectly, and they are in different angles. So basically, you can do any kind of composition with them. You can just rearrange them, and try to like put them around and everything. It takes a while to master them because there's a bunch of things you can do. But yeah, we hope that you get a sense of what is it, at least today. So we're gonna go through how to just put the words, how to rearrange them, how to like do some guides so our letters are consistent across our words, and yeah, like in the end we're gonna tell you a bit like how to cover some spaces. In the workbook we've created, there's also like a chapter that goes on creating on how to fill up blank spaces. That was one of the things that people were asking the most, so and there is 3 ways to do it, and we're going to show you like really fast. And then we're going to use a few of the ornaments we've implemented in this layout, just to have a bit of a sense, how you can cover up all the white spaces. And yeah, that's basically it. Maybe we can go like through this layout for like 30 seconds.
You wanted to do it before,
or I don't know, or if you
Jimbo, let's if you don't mind, let's go through it at the end, and let's jump in, because I want to show it off in detail at the end because there's so much cool stuff.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to, because sometimes like if I start right here, because there's like a couple steps you have to do before, jumping onto the last, kind of, composition.
Yeah, the composition. But, yeah, cool. Well, no, I think if there's some intro steps, that's great. Let's talk people through it.
Basically, when we have a sentence, we have to define, first what sentence you want. And after, what's the most important part in your sentence, right? So we have, in this layout, you're going to see that we always divide the words in like 3 kinds, the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary. And then, some of the, some of the others that you don't need to actually make a quote, right? What we say is that with the most important words of the sentence, you have to be able to understand what you want to communicate, right? So right now I cannot come up with any sentence, but
I think what Jimbo has to say, so you have to like figure out the hierarchy of your quote and get this like few words that are the stone of the quote, and get them like the biggest, the most like this is where, when you're not native, this is what happens.
I get it. So before you even look at layouts, you have to look at the words that you're going to use, so you can start to decide a hierarchy for them.
So it's basically you have to communicate the message, right? And the way to communicate it is just to play, with sizes, with colors, with contrasts, etc. And then, Tom, in the end, I think I'm gonna go through the layout for a second, just to set up the first steps, and then I'm gonna just move to the next part. Okay. So basically, in the you can see it, right? We're gonna make you choose a quote and then write it in your own calligraphy. And then like try to, you see here, for example, you have to define what's the essential words and what's the secondary words, and then play, with like the position of the words or just the size, the colors, etc. Right? Here, for example, we always kind of like, we write the quote like this, like with your own handwriting. You don't have to get any fancy at this point, and just try to figure out what you're trying to communicate and which words would be the most important ones, as we said. Okay, and well, as you can see here, there's gonna be a lot of things to do. So, let's, now that you see this kind of thing, I know I'm passing through like really, really fast, but let's try to bring this there, for example. Because I think, like, if we start with this quote just for a second, just so we understand what's happening.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna bring it to the other document so we can, like, kickstart it a little bit.
Just writing out the words and defining those primary, secondary, and tertiary words in your composition. It's such an essential step, but I feel like a lot of beginners skip it because they just don't know how to do that.
That's the thing you do in the beginning, right? You kind of like go. That's what we wanted to solve a bit with this product,
Yeah.
Say, go ahead. You wanted to say something.
I lost it. No, we wanted to, we were like wrapping our heads around, because composition is not something, that somebody shows you that much, you just kind of maybe have some basics and get a feeling of it, and we were like trying to think, how can we like teach that? How can we make it simpler, just like months and months of just figuring it out.
Yeah, it's like a math problem.
Yeah. And then we said, we have to like dissect every little piece,
just to make it understandable.
Come up with a process. Yeah.
So, for example, here, if we say what's the most important, we would say that the blank page is something that we really want to communicate because it's the, like the subject of our quote. And then beginning, those would be maybe A. And again, that's what's important for me. But maybe to you, there is, like maybe new can be more important. But for me, it's just like that. Okay, so let's say that these ones are like the first ones. And then let's say that new would be the second one. And then, we can like the tertiary or the ones that are not really important are like the A and 4A.
Yeah, you can also see the hierarchy in the size of the words.
Exactly. So basically, after you write the quote in the same size with your own, handwriting, basically you just decide a little, before you start designing, you decide how big they are, right? So here, we already have what's most important. Now, what we did here, that, it's a technique that we came up like recently because we never did it before. But basically, you can see in the blank page that we did, in the quote, we did this.
And we kind of like crossed it.
we crossed the words in the, in
the length of the word.
In the length of the words. And then, before we get to, start like slanting the words or making them in a curve or stuff, maybe, you can get these lines and try to, like bend the lines around. What you do with this, if, for instance, we get this, for example, this could be A. And again, this might be a bit complicated right now. But, like you can start placing them.
So all these lines you see around are just like options of a grid you can have, of a layout.
Okay, let me do this.
And already what I'm seeing is there's so many options, it's kind of endless, right? There's no limited number.
Exactly. So with these lines, we try to do that. You can actually like make your own grid from scratch, and there is no limit. It's just like the way you put the lines on, you can just create endless grids and layouts.
Okay, so let's take a couple tips. For example, one of the tips that I think like most lettering artists are using is that when you're playing with a word that is like really long, you can you can get lost if you start begging. You're gonna get lost.
This is every time I write on an envelope for friend's birthday, it's going off the side. Yeah. Oh, you've seen my writing before, Jimbo.
No, but yeah, it happens to me all the time, because sometimes you forget. You have to do a commission, you have to do something, and you start sketching and you forget about those steps, right? So you just have to kind of like incorporate. Okay, so what I was saying, that you have to count, the letters the word has, right?
Exactly. So we did like one little part showing this because, composition is not only about the words. So we had to go inside the letters and inside like different containers to say like, how can you like make compositions like in every sense,
Exactly.
How can you fit everything and make it look good?
So exactly. So basically here we have 9 letters, sorry. And we can say that if we agree, because probably I'll get lost, because before I wrote like 2 number 7s, the 5, right, would be the one in the middle. So basically what you can do here is to locate the N in the middle, and then
so you do the extreme ones and the one in the middle, and
now exactly. And now you know that you have to fit 3 more, right? So it's E, G, I, and then here N, I, N. So okay, so basically what we try to teach in here is that you can come up with your thumbnails, but instead of starting like like slanting yours, like doing it like this, we thought that with lines could be a bit easier. And then when you have this, again, this is super complicated to explain like super fast, but let's try to bring it down here. We won't get in detail, but let's try to make it bigger. So basically now that let's say that this one works for some reason, okay? Basically here now you can start doing already now you have to relate the importance of how important your words are, and then the boxes. So basically the boxes you're gonna do are gonna be related to the size of what's more important, right? So for example, let's say that blank space is more important, and we're gonna just try to keep this angle. Then A is a bit small. Again, you have to do 1,000, just so what works the best. So
you can always play around and see which one you like the most.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say this could work something like that. And then, like let's put a beginning here. You see, so here, more or less, we are seeing the hierarchy already. Like blank space and beginning have bigger boxes, and then everything else is a bit smaller. New is something in the middle, which is, our intent from the beginning. Then once we have that, you could let's copy it. I'm doing a mess here, but
as usual, you just make messes.
Always, yeah. So let's try to bring it down, and here now that you have, let's say, the basic shapes of something that you might like, maybe you can start like instead of doing this box like that, maybe you can just make slight changes. Like let's try it like that, and then
I think when you look at a lot of complex lettering pieces, it's very intimidating. But anyone can draw a straight line and write on the line, and then anyone can count how many letters there are and fit it on the line, and then anyone can put it in a box. And this is what I love about how you both work. It starts so simple and so easy, and then it gets just a little bit more complex, and before you know it, you've created this amazing piece that you never thought was capable.
Yeah, and it's endless, right? You can basically do whatever you want. And I think the problem is that when you try, and I think this goes with everything in life, when you try to skip ahead and just try to be faster and try to, skip all the steps. I think at some point you're gonna get lost, and it happens to me all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like generally really difficult to just take like a Procreate blank file and start like drawing, thinking you're gonna create like a masterpiece. I don't know. Maybe it works for some people, but
Yeah, exactly.
usually it needs preparation.
Yeah, I think every professional prepares. Like, I don't know if you saw the Nathan Brown Trailhead was our first session on Wednesday. And he, like any good artist, he set out all the proportions for the face, and he figured out the shapes and where the light was going to hit. He didn't just start drawing a really complex man's face. He planned it out, and it's the same with drawing. It's the same with lettering.
Exactly. It gets much easier. Okay, so let's say that now we have a composition that might not make much sense, but yeah, like now repeat again the same step, and there's like, again, there's 1,000 more steps in the middle that you can do. For example, when you're gonna put script and when you're gonna put a block letter, all that stuff, like how we also have a chapter that we're covering how the width of the letters, because for example here we know that blank space, to fit it in this box, the letters have to be a bit taller and less width, because if we start putting like like a bold kind of,
it's not gonna fit
exactly. And everything, you're gonna run out of space, right? So basically try to with your little drawings, try to come up with all these things. Okay, so now that we are kind of here, again, this takes a bit more time, but let's erase all this and let's start. Now let's say that we sort of have our composition, right? Let's start sketching the piece, like, okay, we have it here. Let me just do it on top of it. So just for a second. So we know what's going on in here. Yeah, you can tell a joke or something on the meantime.
Oh my God, I'm so bad with jokes. Don't say this. Don't say this to me.
I suck at it, man. I really
all my jokes are dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Okay, let's hear.
I ate a frozen apple earlier. Hardcore. Terrible.
Did I get it?
I don't get it.
Okay, I'm gonna say terrible. That people got it for sure, right? I'm concentrated here. Yeah. I'm gonna take this as an excuse. Okay, so now let's say that like you've refined, you've done 1,000 sketches, and now you can like you know that these are gonna be your boxes, right? Again, let's I'm gonna give a couple tips to make all these words work better. For example, the word enjoy, it's gonna be the first one, right? And there are two ways that you could put a word into a curved box or line. One could be, and a lot of lettering artists don't like one of those, and I'm gonna tell you why. So there's two ways. One is to basically keep the same structure, the same angle, 90 degrees, right? So basically what we're gonna do here is, again, to place the letter in the middle, just place it like that, just like a, like really simple. And then the N, and then the E, and then the O, and then the Y. If you see that, it can be this, for example, like we have more space here than here, you can just, you're in Procreate, good thing you're not in a pencil, and if not, you have an eraser, but you can also, select the word and move it around, you can distort it. There is nothing wrong at this point, okay? Don't try to be super pure and just move it. Sometimes, for example, the letter in the middle won't go in the middle because some letters are different, some of them have more weight here than here, and visually is going to be different. So, just try to play around until, it makes sense to you. So that would be one way to do it. You see, like we are respecting the 90-degree angle on the E everywhere. The other way to do it, if we erase this, would be to get, let's say, center here. Here we can write new guidelines, and we basically move one in the middle, and then one, let's say, that goes somewhere here. Okay.
And
then,
for the beginners there, you're holding down, aren't you, to make the line perfectly straight?
Yes.
Oh yeah, but you know that in Procreate you can do it, right? I guess.
Yes.
No, I think so, yeah.
I know you know, Tom. Like, you've been around Procreate for a long time.
Not like you guys there.
I think pretty much. Like, you've been like with these sessions ever since.
I know Procreate just from watching you both.
Okay, we're gonna do a private lesson once. So you can do as many guides as you want, right? So basically what you're getting here is the sense of, everything converging to a center. So again, the first letter here is gonna be the same one, but then, like, to do the O, the center, instead of being like straight, it's gonna be following those here. So basically what we're gonna be doing here is, to have this arc. Well, we can call it like arc.
Yeah,
effect.
I mean, they're like angled now.
Yeah,
not straight.
let's say.
Although should the O be an N?
Yeah, that was supposed to be an N.
I'm so sorry, guys. Sometimes it happens to me that I do the whole sentence and I'm so focused on like how pretty it has to be that I don't even know what I'm writing. After.
And he misses like 2 letters.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah. Oh, but it's fine.
Yeah, you
That's
get
to
lost
everyone.
in it. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's you lose it a little. Okay, so I guess, guys, you can see now the main, like what's happening in here, right? So basically, you have 2 ways of doing it. Yeah, some letters don't like this way. I don't know why, because it's kind of like you're like kind of, I don't know. Just I like both, and it depends on what you want to do.
Exactly.
That's it. I always say like that. Okay. So now that we have this one, a little tip that we always do is, in the layout we also put some Gestalt principles from, like some design principles that you can also apply to lettering. For example, the similarity, right? So basically, our minds kind of comprehend like groups of words, right? So for example, since we are playing with the same box here than here, it would be cool that the style we are using up and down are kind of the same, because it's gonna look more, find me the word
I think
here.
that our eyes are gonna perceive it as
Like more
as
ordered.
a group, as
more
together.
Yeah. So basically try to, like if you did this here, try to, like keep the same style down with the word. The same applies to, let's do this color now. The same applies in yourself and then you. So basically this and that is going to be the same. And then the one in the middle can change. Let's move into what I did so we can a bit see it. Guys, I know I'm going fast, as always. So if you try to...
There's a lot to cover. Everyone's finding it super clear, so I don't think it's too fast.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. So yeah, this would be my, my skeleton of the whole thing. It's really important for you to do the skeleton so you place everything, okay? For now, since this is finishing here and here, we're gonna try to bring the, the letters like on the outer spaces. So for example, enjoy, like you can see that there is like white spaces in here, and that's something that you can correct after. It's either that or you just
bolder letters.
Yeah, you just make like a high contrast letter, like one of those E's, like something humongous like that.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, so basically,
oh man,
what?
Chunky
That's
E.
a really bad. Yeah.
It's a chunky E, yeah, but you get the point, right? So
Yeah.
if you do the O, and like I don't know, like let's say that you want to do some like really thin kind of style, that you're gonna see that you're gonna have a lot of space and it won't make any sense. So again, it's on you, because you can also do like really thin letters and then cover up the space with illustrations. That's what we're gonna do after. So it's really on you. Let's move on. It feels like we didn't start yet.
Yeah. I think this is like the most important part, actually, because
it is, yeah.
I think we covered like textures and stuff like that before.
Yeah.
So
okay. So now that we have the skeleton, we have a bit of like what's gonna happen in our piece. What we want to do is to start putting the lines. And again, we've created these ones. How many did we do? I don't remember. Like 40, 30?
I think it was like a 35 line brushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
35-ish, I think. Okay, so again, just play around with them. You can also sometimes, we do it. We know that we have 5 words and we want to do something really fast for Instagram or something, just to have fun. And we just start creating boxes, and then we fill it up with, random styles and words. And sometimes it works. So you can also do that if you don't have time now. You want to tag along or something. Okay, so for this, yeah, I have it here, but I'm gonna show you how to like start. The first thing we can do is to create a center.
So this thing is like the consequence of you trying out the letters like super roughly, and then okay, this is the layout I'm gonna go with. Let's now make it better and prettier and more refined.
Exactly. And this is going to work for your last piece, basically, because you're going to have everything under control.
And for anyone wondering where all of these incredible guide brushes are, it's all part of the Slayout Lettering Masterclass, brand new pack, exclusively available at Design Cuts, just launched this week, fresh out the oven. So if you check it out, it's the shiny green button below this live stream. But we're gonna show it off in all its glory at the end of this session.
Nice. Yeah, so basically now we just defining, like what's the margins of the words, not of the whole composition, because here we are creating, as you can see, a square composition, but right now I'm just focusing on the words. Now we have the vertical lines, and now we can start doing the other one. So for example, here, the lines that we worked the most have been like these arcs here. So basically, you can select, depending on how, what angle you want your word to be. You just have to play here. Sorry for that, but you can just play, with the size and all. This is like a really, simple arc that, it's not really curved. But for this case, maybe we can use one of these like more hardcore, like almost a circle arcs, or maybe like the second one. Again, just try, and you can see, yeah, something like that could work, at least for the example. Then you can duplicate this, and then you play a bit with the freeform a little bit around it. Okay, I'm gonna share a little quick tip to make these arcs. Even if you're using these lines or you're doing it at home, like you always gonna find it easier if you do, a perfect circle, and you just paint it like that. And then, once you duplicate it and you put it on the other side, you're gonna see that this arc, for example, is not balanced yet.
Yeah, it's getting smaller.
It's getting smaller. That's why we made a bunch. So like you can use, let's say, like the third and the fourth, and they kind of gonna balance. Mm-hmm. But if not, you can also do like that. You just duplicate it, and then you play around with it with these circles. Again, if you're slow, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna get to know your quote, So yeah, let's say that something like that could potentially work. Mm-hmm. And we get to erase the circles. Now we have this one ready, and then let's place another one. Slayout lines. This one is my favorite, actually. The one I'm gonna place now. It's like this kind of. Can you find me?
So cool. Yeah, I can see why you call it the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of. Let's say that something like that could work, and then let's place. you know, the straight line. Okay, so but you get the point, right? Basically, just, you know, start playing around with it, and then what we did here, I'm gonna erase those that I just done. Okay, sorry, delete. Yep. Okay, so basically what we do here all the time is to create them and group them. It's always better like if you keep them in a file, you know, just so maybe you can, I don't know, you want to change something in the future, or you want to show to the client your, you know, your structures. It always looks cool. And so you can do that, and then you can duplicate it. And then once it's duplicated, you can flatten it out. Basically, why we are flattening it out, because now you can play with your opacity, and it's just one layer. Okay, so you can just move it around and just do whatever you want. But try to keep the lines separated as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's go here. Again, this is not by any intention to make it pretty. What we're gonna do here is to, you know, there's a bunch of ways to do this, but we find that with a thicker brush, you know, you can get just, you know, a little of a feeling of the word. So in this layout, we also included like a bunch of, you know, brushes that you can do your lettering with, textures, whatever. We always
there's like a variety. You can go from pencil to texture.
Yeah, they're all new as well. So yeah, just,
incredible.
You know, so basically here, just, you know, see how thick you can go, for example, or, you know, just place your words like super randomly, like you're doing it like a child would do, basically with a crayon. You know, just place them. It doesn't have to be exact. Just try to make them like same thick, you know, like, but not really, not some, just, you know, put them right there. Now we're gonna see that, for example, in yourself, you're gonna have to maybe add less pressure with a smaller brush. You can also use some monoline brush, you know, so you have the same thickness across the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But you know, I'd rather practice it like that, so we see the possibilities of, you know, what we can do. I'm just gonna do enjoy yourself, and then it's later than you think. Okay. Again, for this, in this pack, we didn't include the brush lettering, so you can just do it like that. But if you have a calligraphy brush, sorry. I'm doing, DH maybe, this could maybe work. So you can do more like a,
that's cool,
you know, a calligraphy feeling. Again, just, you know, whatever feels better for you. But you get the point, right? So basically just try to, you know, make it like, you know, rough, and that's what you get basically. This is the one I did before. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna get some water. Okay, so again, now we're gonna start doing the letters, and again, fast. What we wanna do here is to draw a box, just, you know, with a pencil, with any kind of brush, to determine the thickness of our words, you know. So you can, for example, in yourself, as we know that it's gonna be a bit thinner, we've created this box. But again, play around and just try to see what fits the best for you. Just duplicate them and just like put them all around your letters. I don't do it in the S because it's a bit more of a variable letter, but you can, you know, put it everywhere.
So this is actually going to be a stroke for your letters.
Exactly. So you can do this basically for everything. So let's now just do it for yourself. Yeah. And then let's say that, you know, since we know that the one up and down are going to be thicker, we can just, you know, move this around. And, you know, just with the freeform tool, like just move it, you know. And now just, you know, determine what kind of width you want. You know, just place it around. If you have the guidelines from before, much better. I don't have them here. But basically, just try to stamp the whole thing and see, you know, what fits better for you. I know this can be a bit complicated. If you have any questions, just come to my Instagram, and I'm really trying to help you guys every day. So just do that.
It makes sense, but yes, we're definitely going to shout out ShoutBAM and Jimbo's Instagrams. There's so much value there.
There's so much, you know, to explain that, you know, we cannot. But yeah, you see the thing, right? So now let's say that, you know, we want to do the E on top. Let's do the, I don't know, the fast E. So
yeah, so
basically,
you already have a stroke, you know, and now.
exactly. So basically, now that you have this, you can just, you know, do the E.
This is a really great technique. Like straight away, it helps your consistency, right, of the thickness.
Totally. Because, I guess like when you're like super good at it, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just you see it, your brain sees it. But if you want to be like, if you're not sure, just do it, you know, and nobody's gonna be able to tell you anything. But yeah, here, you know, we can play with. Now we're just playing with this sans serif in here, but you know, if you want to add some serifs, just, you know, feel free to, you know, just play around with it. And yeah, basically that. Okay. I always paint them like this, you know, like I always spend a lot of time painting them.
Yeah, he loves the sketchy feeling.
You know.
He's not gonna just put the color in. He just has to, you know.
I have to.
Yeah,
So
you
can a hand-drawn touch.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, look, my iPad just froze. Sorry, guys. I have to. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. So yeah, you can also, you know, just drop the color inside whatever. Now you see this happens. Okay, so you get the point, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Helpful. Okay, so once you've done that, I'm guessing you do that through the whole piece, and then you've got your beautifully consistent layer thickness, or
Exactly.
layer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, I understand. So basically, now we have the yourself and then you. Those are like really simple words, and then again, you see this enjoy. We can move it closer. Okay, a little tip. You know why I don't want to make it as thick as I can, so I cover the whole thing? Because we decided that we're gonna play with the same style, I think, right? And I also want some. Oh well, no, but I actually think has the same. Okay, let's say that the word down would have more letters, right? We cannot do something that is thicker and covering the whole space, and then down it wouldn't fit. So try to, you know, like do have like some.
Yeah, but in this case.
In this case, it's the same. I'm sorry, I thought it was. So yeah, do the same, and again, you see, same style, same style. Start doing the same in enjoy. And now we have enjoy and think. You see how fast?
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, and then a couple of tips, you know, to make the script letters as well. Here, first of all, like try to again play with your thickness a little bit. Okay, so basically, if you wanted to let's get the calligraphy brush. But if you wanted to do something thicker, sorry, new layer. You know, you can just again that always depends on, you know, how the length of your word, and then this would be for a thinner one.
I love that texture.
Then yeah, then and another tip. Here, for example, if let's say let's choose a pencil. Always control me the time there because I don't know. You know, we have the lines, right? Like, so basically we're gonna fit this in here, and that's it, right? If we wanted to do a normal script, we could just, you know, like if it was like a copper plate or something, we would go like this, you know, thick, thin, and then this would just, you know, be something like that. What we want to do here is, you know, to reinterpret a bit the script lettering we have. So for example, this would be the baseline. It's not called the baseline. I don't know how this line might be called, but let's say that it's gonna be, you know, to do this, the second stroke of it a bit up. So basically you have it like this. Okay. Also play around with it. This I love to just not keep it completely down, but give a bit more, you know, chunkiness, if you allow me the word, but something like that. If we want to put it higher, we can. So just, you know, we can erase this and even do it, you know, like even more high. You know. And
oh my God, that's a really ugly.
Bottom
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, but I kind of like that one. Okay, so just
It's
you know,
cute.
it's cute.
I'm getting
Little
like retro
monster.
70s vibes off of that.
Exactly. So I think the higher you put it, the more retro it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
so
you need to be writing like groovy or something in that.
exactly. So actually, in the Affinity Hangout we did with you, Tom, we wrote groovy and we actually put this line super up. I
Oh yeah,
remember.
that's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
Okay, now we have the whole thing, and what we wanted to do here is to show you. Okay, so now we have the guidelines here, but okay, first of all, before you do the piece, you have to decide. I'm all over the place. You have to decide the size of your final canvas. Okay, so it's different if you want to put it onto a YouTube channel.
Of course.
You
Or
want
a
to put it
banner
as
or
a,
an
as a
Instagram.
square on Instagram for 5
That's
ratio.
something you have to decide in the beginning.
Yeah, don't decide it now. But if you see that you kind of are, deciding it now because you didn't have time or just because you wanted to do an exercise, you can also do it now.
Debbie. Sorry, I wanted to.
Thank you,
reply,
Debbie.
Debbie. She said my hair color is good.
Actually, we have a surprise coming with Debbie. I'm gonna talk about it after in a second. So, so let's say that this is for an Instagram post. I'm gonna put I think it's kind of like a squarish thing around the letters. Okay, and now we see where do we have blank spaces. Okay, blank spaces are good. We motivate you to keep them and use them because in a design actually well balanced, like they allow you to breathe. But as the ones who know our work, we're kind of like punks, and we like covering like everything we can. That's just a personal style. But basically what you're going to do here is just to create a new layer in a color that, shouts or something. And just like, figure out like what are the spaces you want to cover. Okay. You can maybe, but like this, just like, paint it like really badly. You're going to see that the usual ones are the ones that are, kind of like outside, or for example, here in the enjoy or in the thing that it kind of goes inside, So yeah, just kind of like decide where you want to fill up your spaces. Also, if you see that there's more space in between your words, you can also like fill up, those spaces here. If you want to, allow yourself to, like get more.
Yeah, if you want to go really intricate, smaller details.
Exactly.
And stuff.
Exactly. Thanks for the word, man. So yeah, there you have it. And then now we're gonna go fast how to do the stamp work. Okay, those are some of the stamps we've designed for the layout as well. So basically we have these ornaments and we have the grids that are gonna help you a little bit. Then we have the lines and then we have
the brushes.
For the ornaments, we have, we don't go in depth, but, you can, let's just, let's play around with them a little bit. Let's say that, now just for the sake of the exercise, I'm just going to go a bit up of the container. So basically, just snapping. Opa, what's happening? Uniform, sorry guys. Okay, so, just try to, see where you can like feed all those like, little gaps. For example, what we do here, it's always like mirroring, right? But for example, here, I don't want it to mirror. So I'm just gonna cut out one of the parts and try to do this in new layers, but, I'm gonna put it here. Then, sorry, I'm gonna duplicate it and I'm gonna mirror it. And then in a new layer, I'm gonna, I don't know, let's maybe put these ones a bit bigger. Again, up. Let's cut out those. And, like rotate them around and just try to.
Yeah, you can also use them as an inspiration, you just stem them, and then maybe something else pops in your mind and you just redraw them in the way it fits your lettering.
Exactly. If you go see our presentation, there is Kitty Journal is one of the beta testers, and she actually put the ornaments around, and then she included her own illustrations on top. So she just used the main structure, and it's really, really amazing. Okay, so I'm really not gonna go into detail now, but you can see that you can just start covering all that, and until you have something like that. Now that Debbie's
so much, I tell you what, it ties everything and unifies everything together so well.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. And then you can have 3D effects that we also guide you through them in this layout. There is different ways to cover spaces. Like there is.
We had a part where we are like, okay, how to cover blank spaces, and then we get like with 3D letters, with shadows, with ornaments, with flourishes, and we kind of guide you through.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ways.
Exactly. And then we have one where we just get all of this together and put it in one piece. So that's like
it's really endless. Once you see like the things you can do with them, it's just you can cover spaces the way you want. Like however you want. Okay, so let's say that now, and this is the final step that I'm not gonna do. But for example, here I sketched something, because I decided that I wanted to cover my whole blank space. So as well, this is just, illustrations, but you can try to, do something like that. What I wanted to say is that now that Debbie is somewhere here, we have something.
Yeah, shout out to Debbie.
Yeah, we're working together in a product that is actually going to cover all those these ornaments. You've seen this. It's like a little snippet of what you can do with the product we are doing with her.
Yeah.
She has created over like 450 ornaments, and they're super beautiful. And then you'll be able to do more intricate things like this one that I'm showing here.
On top of your lettering.
We need to show you the brand new Slayout lettering masterclass that Jimbo and Taylor put together. Would you mind both screen sharing one more time? I think you have it open already. This pack is just months worth of work, and it's the coolest lettering pack I've personally ever seen. So let's check it out. Cool. We go back to the top. Do you mind hitting Command ++, just so we zoom in, and we can see the images bigger?
That's G.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it my way, like this.
Okay, there we go. All right, would you mind talking people through this mammoth pack? Because if you're into digital lettering, this pack's going to change your life.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, what do you have here? Okay, you have the video that our friend Alex did. It's amazing. So you can just check that, just if you get, it's easier to understand what the pack is about with the video. But yeah, so basically the Slayout Lettering Masterclass, it's a book. Basically, it goes around the book, right? That has over 160 pages, even though it says 120.
Yeah, in the end, I was counting it, and then I was like, "Oh my god, this has 160."
Yeah, not 120. So you get more value. But the last week we kind of like did more pages because we felt the need to. Basically, and inside you get like all the you get this workbook that for the ones that are familiarized with our latest with the product before that related to lettering was the kickoff lettering toolbox. It's kind of the same but a bit longer, this one. So basically we guide you through how many episodes?
I mean, how many parts?
How many parts?
There are 9 parts. I mean 8.
There's 9 parts. Let me tell you like really fast. So you basically get a welcome, you get basics, you get some composition theory and grid. Then you get some Gestalt and design principles. Then you get composition practice. Then you get those composition practices are through words. So basically we show you different, how words and letters work. Okay? And then we show you through quotes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then you have an episode on covering blank spaces. And then an introduction to some media, like how to design for several media. And then, we have like a couple of fun exercises and a certificate in the end.
I love that. Everyone loves your brushes, but I think the workbooks, I mean, it's as valuable as an entire course. It literally teaches you start to finish. And I love how much you put into the workbooks with this product.
I mean, I think in these workbooks, we kind of like pour our souls into that.
Yes, and this one was especially tough, because we had to figure out how to make it closer. Yeah.
Actually, if you ask us, like, tell us your secrets. Well, you have them here.
Yeah, exactly.
We needed to do this, like super packed, so all our secrets are kind of like there, But yeah, I'm just scrolling down, so you guys see a little bit, You also, well, apart from the old things, you also get, our typical brushes, some texturizers, and like some pencils, and like basically the things you're gonna need, like the basic things you're gonna need. Again, here some of the slides of the book. This time we are like super lucky that we got like 8 awesome beta testers that I'm just gonna show you the work of. Kitty is the one I was telling you before that, as you can see here.
Love it.
She's used the
ornaments. She kind of redraw them in her own way, and
we were like just
mind blowing. Yeah.
And then okay, so just a little second. This is the 3 ways of covering blank spaces. You are gonna see that we cover it through 3D letters, through ornaments, and through flourishes. So that. Here we have our friend Max that did the piece for us as well. He tried the product. He always tries it, before. Max, say hi, man. Yeah, I saw you before here.
Yeah, he said something.
Also shout out to Max because we have the microphone today because of him.
Yes, thank you.
Nice. Shout out to Max. Max is awesome. He runs one of the biggest lettering communities in the world. So great person to test this pack out.
Yeah. Jasmine also awesome what she did here. She used our fonts and the pack. So so that you see she did it with the fonts. So yes, you can, I guess. If awesome. Jasmine did it, you can.
Exactly.
And I'm finishing now. Sorry, there's a bunch of pictures in here. My friend from Colombia, Carlos. Shout out to Carlos. Yeah, Trevor from Type Matters. And then, here basically you get like, what do you have? Hi to Martina and finally to Lucia and Pauli.
What I love here is...
me, I just want to say hi to my mom.
I didn't say hi to my mom.
Say hi to your mom.
Hi, mom.
Hey, Jimbo's mom. So what I love here is you have got a complete range of people from professional letterers to people who are more beginner level to test this pack. Yeah. And for everyone, they loved it. We've seen all the feedback coming in. Everyone loved it. It made everyone's lettering so much better. And the fact you get the ornaments, the 3D letters, everything to help with negative space, like all of the brushes and the endless workbooks that you've plowed into this. This is truly a complete comprehensive masterclass. If you're into digital lettering, this is going to make you a better lettering artist.
Definitely. Well, that's what we hope.
Yeah, that's what we hope. That's the point.
And if not, we have a problem. But I think it will. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. Great job. I'm gonna just close your video there. Welcome back. We hope you love this pack. Jimbo, Teh, thank you for being amazing. As always, we appreciate you a ton. And this is so impressive what you put together with this layout lettering masterclass.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
We can't wait to have you back soon, and I'll chat to you guys really soon as well.
Thank you, guys.
Incredible session. Thank you both. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.